Hey friends, join me as I cook by memory at Miss Penny's Favorite Foods. Hey everybody, this is Miss Penny and this is one of my favorite things, Grandma's crawfish bread. We're about to make it right now. Okay, so this is the crawfish tails. I just got through cleaning them and shelling them. But I'm going to do one last one just to show you how, in case you don't know how to get the tails and how to do the tails of the crawfish. You can't eat the whole, well, you can, which a lot of people do. They just take off the head and they can suck off the claws and take off the head and suck that and then eat the tail. You can do that, but on this particular recipe, we just need the tails. All right. So it's like a baby lobster. It's curled up because it's cooked. Once it's cooked, it turns red, just like a lobster. All right. So you take off the tail. Comes off like that. Put that in there. Put this here. So I'm going to cut this little bit because this is the last part of their innards. So we're going to cut that off. And then you just take your fingers and you push in and it'll crack in the middle. And then you just take it off like you would if you're doing a lobster. It's like a tiny little miniature lobster tail. Those who know, know. But if you don't, this is how you do it. So then you take it out. And you got a little piece like that. But you have to devein it like a shrimp. So you just take a slight little cut down the top. And you open it up. And you take out that mud vein. Throw it away. And that gives you a perfect little tail. That's how you do it. These are crawfish tails. They're freshly boiled, and we're going to put together our crawfish bread now. All right, here we go. Okay, everybody, we're ready to complete our crawfish bread. Grandma's crawfish bread. You're going to love it. It's delicious. It's delicious. Even if you don't like crawfish, you would like this. I really believe you would like this. Okay. First of all, I baked a loaf of bread and I cut off the top. I cut off the top of the bread so that I'm only using the second half, the bottom half. And I'll use the top half for something else. All right, I'm going to put this down so that you can actually watch me. Okay, so here we go. Now I showed you how to clean the crawfish. And these are just the crawfish tails. And that's all I'm using. That's all I ever use is the tails. So for those who likes to eat the whole crawfish, fine. But for this, we're using just the tails. So once they're cleaned, and I sauteed them in a little fresh garlic, and a little olive oil, and that's how they look. All right, here we go. The first thing we're going to do is to put our butter. Now our butter is a half a stick of butter, unsalted, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 3 cloves of minced garlic, and the white part of 2 green onions, minced. All that's in here. That's your butter foundation. All right. So this is all going on. It gets slathered. This is a very decadent bread. It's cheesy. It's buttery. It's decadent. It's decadent. It's a treat. This is a treat. Now this butter will sink and ooze throughout the bread. And you got to remember, this bread is fresh. This loaf of bread is freshly baked. So it does matter what bread you use. But if you don't want to go through this particular part, you can always get you a loaf of French bread and cut it and do the same thing. But if you want the full effect, use fresh baked bread. Okay. To that, we are adding 3 cheeses. We are adding Gruyere, 1/4 of a cup. We are adding smoked Gouda, 1/4 of a cup. And we're adding provolone. So we're adding all 3 cheeses. Like I said, it's a decadent. You can have it as a snack. It's mostly an appetizer. So you would cut it into slices. But this is what this is. And you really should try it. It's worth it. Now you can get the crawfish tails already, just the tails. Absolutely. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. The only reason I like to do my own, because as you can see, you have to clean them just like you would shrimp. And if you like shrimp and lobster, you would love crawfish, because if shrimp and lobster had a baby, it would be crawfish. It tastes like shrimp and lobster. So we have our blanket of flavored butter slathered on first over homemade bread. Then we've got our provolone. To that, we are going to add our Gruyere. We're going to add our Gruyere. To the Gruyere, we are going to add smoked Gouda. As you can see, this is decadent. This is decadent. This is something that if you want an ooey gooey treat, if you want to impress somebody, this is what you have. And you can make as many as you want. You can cut them as small or as large as you want. It's totally up to you. If you were to serve it just in general, I would say that you would cut it in half and eat a half and give a half away. But it's totally up to you. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to add, first of all, let's put this on a plate so that we can, because this is going in the oven. That is going in the oven. The last thing we're going to do is put our crawfish on top. This is going into a 400-degree oven for 7 minutes. For 7 minutes. And when it comes out, it's going to be toasted. It's going to be bubbly. It's going to be luscious. It's going to taste extravagant. And all you did was some good old butter with a little garlic and a little green onion, little olive oil, and slather that butter on there. You're going to just lightly for like a minute saute your crawfish. It doesn't take but a minute. Just keep them on a minute and saute them. All right. Crawfish bread. A wonderful, decadent, really, really impressive appetizer. We're going to put it in the oven on 400 for about 6 minutes. I'll take it out. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. You got to try it. You got to try it. It is worth it. All right. We've got smoked Gouda. We've got Gruyere. We've got provolone. We've got butter. We've got garlic. We've got herbs. And we have a wonderful crawfish bread. Here we go, in the oven. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, everybody, the crawfish bread is out of the oven. But I want to first give a shout out to a dear friend of mine and a subscriber that has been so loyal and so sweet and so gracious. And she got me a peach apron. This is from Miss Angel. Miss Angel, thank you so much. You know peaches are my favorite fruit. And I now have a peach apron that I got for my birthday from Miss Angel. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Okay. Here is the crawfish bread. That is the crawfish bread. This is the appetizer that you want to have. I promise you. It's gooey, it's bubbly, it's cheesy, it's garlicky, it's shrimpy, it's lobstery. It's everything in one. And you're going to love it. Grandma's favorite decadent appetizer, and you're going to love it. Crawfish bread, Grandma's crawfish bread. You are going to love it. Thank you so much. Please make it. Please, please make it. If you haven't tried crawfish, try it. You can get just the tails. You can get it already cooked. But if you don't get it already cooked, make sure you clean it because it has that vein in it like shrimp. Try it. You're going to love it. Even if you don't like crawfish, you'll love this. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Oh, you know what? I said I was going to try it, didn't I? Yes, you did, Penny. Yes, you did. All right. Here we go. Get back on there. First bite. Okay. You don't need a special occasion. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to something just good, just plain good. You're worth it. A little Gruyere, a little smoked Gouda, some provolone. You deserve it. Make it for yourself. Make it for yourself. All right. Bye-bye. Crawfish bread.